Hi, John. It's nice
Hello.
to see you again after your assessments. So we made a pamphlet for your exercise prescription and all of your summaries that we did for you. So we concluded that since the last time we met you, your goals was to climb a V8 in rock climbing. So in order to improve in that, we would have to work on muscular endurance, muscular strength, and agility, balance, as well as flexibility.
And after all the tests we ran for your vitals, we found that your body weight was 137 pounds, and from that we calculated your BMI, which was 22.3, and that for the risk category you would be under normal. And then if you remember, we did the BIA testing. We found that your body fat percentage is 15.7%. And for when we did your muscular strength test for the 1 rep max bench press, you were able to lift 68 kilograms, and so your strength to body mass ratio was classified as 1.09. And on the chart for the norms, we found that you are in the 50th percentile.
What does that mean?
It means that you are 50% better than those who are in your age population right now.
Based on your weight,
Yeah.
age. For the 1 rep max, for the leg press, you were able to press 206 kilograms. So for your strength to body mass ratio, it was 3.3, and that classified you in the greater than 90th percentile.
Wow.
That's very good.
Yeah, which is really good.
Next, we are going to be talking about the Align-A-Bod pictures. Those measure your posture. Through the pictures, we found out that in posterior view, which is the back view, your head has a lateral tilt, which means that it tilts to the side a little bit. Your arm was shifted in front of your body instead of being in line with your body. And lastly, your head had a slight forward protrusion, but it wasn't too excessive.
And then we reviewed your test results. So first we're going to talk about your cardiovascular disease risk factors. And basically you fall within the low risk category according to NSCA. And low risk just means that you have one risk factor, which isn't too bad. So your risk factor was the sedentary category.
What's that?
Sedentary just means that you worked out less than 3 times a week for at least 3 months. For 30 minutes.
For 30 minutes.
A day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll have to get you more active. So our exercise program will direct towards that. And then we did your waist to hip girth ratio, which was 0.79 centimeters, which was also in the low risk category. So that was good.
So for your next test, we did the back scratch test. You scored a -6 and a -5 on both of them, which means you need to work on your shoulder flexibility, and that's very important, an important aspect to become an efficient rock climber. The next test is the sit and reach test. On average, you scored 10 inches, and for your age range, you fell within the fair category. So that's also something that you can work on because hamstring flexibility is very important in rock climbing. The next test we did was the muscular endurance test. Your total repetition was 97, which falls within the excellent fitness category. For the push-up test and the partial curl test, you did really well on both.
And for your exercise prescription write-up, we put together a warm-up. It's just a simple warm-up to get your body warmed up. It just incorporates a lot of upper body movement, so arm swings, arm circles, and inchworms, just getting your whole body flexible and giving you that full range of motion in your shoulders. As for the exercise prescription, we wrote out a 4-week program for you, and you'll be working out 3 days a week for the 4 weeks, and you'll be working out Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. And the program focuses mainly on muscular endurance.
What's that?
Muscular endurance is when you perform the exercises in high repetitions, and your rest interval is fairly short, so around 30 seconds to 2 minutes, and the load of the weight that you'll be using will be around 50 to 70% of your 1 rep max. And some of the exercises that we put into your program are some that you already know because we tested you on it during our assessments, but some new ones that you might not be familiar with would be the tuck front lever, single leg burpee, reverse flies, and once we start our session, we'll give you the rundown on how to do all of these exercises. Do you have any questions for your exercises so far?
No.
And also, we have a cool down for you in the pamphlet, as you can see. And we'll explain all that during our first session.
Yeah. So overall, our exercise prescription is going to be based on strengthening your back, your shoulder, your biceps, and triceps, as well as core. Weakness in the scapular region is very important because that can lead to elbow, wrist, and finger injury. So we don't want that. And then I highly recommend only focusing on muscles that are used in rock climbing, so that way you don't add any extra muscle weight that's unnecessary. And then also working on flexibility is very important. I know you have really low flexibility, so I recommend working on that so that you will be less prone to injuries.
Mm-hmm. And we also listed some dietary recommendations in your pamphlet for you to look over as you are working out.
Yeah, so we basically just also recommend staying hydrated is very important. You want to stay hydrated before your workout because if you're thirsty during your workout, it's probably because you're already dehydrated, so you don't want that. And if you work out for more than an hour, Gatorade is always good because it has electrolytes. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
Do you have any other questions for us?
No, that's it.
So the rationale behind all the exercises will be listed inside your exercise prescription, but in general, we're going to be focusing on improving your upper body strength, especially your upper back, and then working on your shoulder regions, which is very important, as we said, and for rock climbers. And then we will also be working on your quads and your glutes because it's also important for propelling your body upwards as you climb on the rocks. And then we'll be doing different exercises for your grip strength as well, because some rocks can be very small, so majority of that will be on your fingers. And then we also included single limb exercises because, as you already know, majority of the rocks aren't probably going to be like equal distance apart. They'll be different, which will require different limb.
Okay, great. Well, if you can think of any other questions, you can always contact us, and we will definitely be there.
Yeah. So we'll see you next time.
Yes, we'll see you for our first session.